In this demonstration, we'll show you how to customize some of the homepage features and some of the core components of the website, such as the color scheme. First, you'll need to hop into your content management system. Once there, hit in the Appearance menu and then click on Site Options. In the Site Options section, you'll notice that there are general settings, specifics to the homepage, the blog, creating new portfolio items, as well as your contact information. But for now, we'll just start with the general settings. There's a couple things you can do here. First, I'll demonstrate how to change the color scheme of your site. By default, it comes with 5 different color schemes. Let's go ahead and change one. You select green, for example. Scroll down to the bottom, save the changes, go back to your website, reload the page, and you'll notice that it has now applied the green color scheme. You can see the green in this header bar here, as well as the footer of the site. In the General Settings section, you can also determine which pages you don't want to show up in the top navigation of your site. Let's say, for example, that you didn't want About to show up in the top navigation. You'd simply check the box, scroll down to the bottom, hit Save Changes. Once that loads, go back to your website. You'll notice that the About page is there for now, but once you reload it, the About page is gone. And to revert that, you just hop back into the system, unselect that box, go ahead and hit Save Changes again, go back to your site, reload it, and your About page is back. Now let's check out the Homepage tab. In the Homepage tab, you can basically customize everything that you see on the homepage of your site, including this title tag here, these text boxes, all 3 of them that you see on the homepage. Not only the text itself, but the title and where each of these boxes links over to, and so on. So let's quickly demonstrate how that's done. Let's go back into the content management system, and you'll notice the first option is to write the website slogan, which you see here in this section on the home page. You can just enter in new text, go ahead and hit save, refresh the page, and it'll publish the new text. And the same thing for each of those text boxes. You can write the title, the description for the box, and then you'll also want to set the destination URL, which is basically where the title links to. You can write all those, and again hit save, and it'll publish that to the home page. And you'll notice that there's functionality for the second box section as well as the third box section. And lastly, you have this bit of featured text here. You can specify again the title for that, as well as the text that belongs there. Simply make those changes, go ahead and hit Save Changes. Once that reloads, you'll notice all the new changes on your website. Let's quickly review some of the final functionality that comes with the Vulcan custom settings. If you check out the Portfolio tab, it'll correspond with a certain page template that you see here in the navigation. This is an example of a portfolio page where you can list items. This is good for a business if they want to list their clients, if they want to list products or services that they provide, etc., etc. And it comes in the simple single or 2-column layout. But you can create new portfolio items, and we'll provide another video demonstration of how to create those later. But for now, let's review some of the portfolio customization settings in the Vulcan settings section. So there's a first field for portfolio page heading, where you can literally write the heading that you then see up here. You can also write the sub-description text, which belongs directly underneath the heading you see here. Then lastly, you can actually specify the number of words that you want to show up in each of the descriptive snippets. In this case, we defaulted it to 100 words, and you can also choose the actual number of items to display on your portfolio page. So the way it's currently set, if I wanted to, I can list up to 10 pages, 10 portfolio items, at which point if I exceed the 10 items, it'll add some pagination down at the bottom so that you can click on portfolio page 2 or 3 or 4 and so on and so forth. lastly, we'll check out the contact information tab. When OompaWeb builds your website, by default, we'll pre-configure most of this information for you so that you'll see it in the actual contact page on your site. But we'll quickly review some of the options you may want to change at a later date. For example, if you change your physical address, you can simply enter in the new address there, and that address is then populated here in the footer of the site. And you can also specify your phone number as well as the fact sheet. The Google Maps link and the map image, both of these again are taken care of by OompaWeb when they build your website, so I would not worry about that for now. But if at some point you change your physical address, you may actually want to have a new map image and a map link, which is what you see here. OompaWeb can do that for you. Simply send them an email or via the contact form, and they'll go ahead and take care of that for you. And lastly, you can enter in the email address that you want users to reach you by, as well as a success message. Once somebody fills out the form here, it'll give them a success message afterwards, in which you can customize the language that they see. Again, you make all those changes, simply hit save changes. That will reload. You go back to your site, reload that one more time, and you'll see the updates that you've then pushed to your website. That wraps up this video demonstration of the Vulcan Small Business Website theme options. We encourage you to check out each of these tabs once your website is built to become familiar with the functionality there. Just keep in mind that by default, when OompaWeb builds your website, most of these will be pre-configured for you. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email via our contact form, or if you'd like OompaWeb to build this website for you, send us an email at sales@oompaweb.com or hit the Buy Now button on our site. Thanks again for checking out OompaWeb.